everybody, Sticky Piston here, back with another video. Now today I'm going to be showing you how to make this working vending machine in Minecraft Java Edition. So let's get in. Okay, so how this thing works is you come up here to the front and you can see this dial here with the selection of items we can buy. So you can see we have steak, apple, cookies. We have to rotate this arrow here in the middle to select what item we want. So I'll just spin it over to, let's go for cookies. Next, if my game will stop lagging, next you have to go over here to this dropper and right click inside it. Then put in your payment item, in this case diamonds, put in there and then hit escape to close out. Then you must click this button and you'll hear piston move, as you can see over here. And you'll see it will extend this piston, but you won't be able to see that if this is in a building. So now, that once you hear the piston extend, that means it is ready to order. Click this little button here, and you'll hear a note block sound. That means that the item has been ordered and is now being delivered to the barrel. So if you click in here, see here is our cookie. And of course, we can eat it. Now before I get on with this tutorial, I just want to say that this thing is massive. So this tutorial will probably be one of the longer tutorials. I'm sorry about that, but it's just how it is. This thing is massive. Anyways, let's get on with this tutorial. Okay, so the materials that you will need for this tutorial are the following: barrels, decoration blocks. In my case, I'll be using grey concrete, blocks of quartz, blocks of netherite, and blocks of gold. You'll also need buttons. You'll need 2 of them, which I like to use different buttons. The one is going to be to order, and the other one is going to be to insert your payment item. You'll also need an arrow to be like the pointer to select which item you want. I'm using spectral arrows, which are exclusive to Java Edition, although this build only works on Java Edition. You'll also need item frame. You'll also need redstone, redstone repeaters, redstone torches, redstone comparators, target blocks, sticky pistons, note blocks, slime blocks, redstone blocks. As well, you will need hoppers, droppers, and then any solid blocks for your redstone to go on. I'm just using 5 different colors of wool blocks to color code. The circus is a complex level tutorial. Anyways, let's get on with this tutorial. Okay, so you want to find where you want to build this contraption. I'm just gonna build it in the air, and I think I'll move it just 2 blocks out. So you want to start by grabbing out all of your decoration blocks like so. You want to make a little 3x3 area of decoration blocks like so, and then you want to fill every block in this area with item frames. Then in the middle item frame, I'm actually going to replace this full block of netherite. In the middle item frame, you will place your arrow to point to what item you want to order. Then surround this area of quartz with any decoration blocks. I'll be using grey concrete. Then place something like this to the left, and then something that looks a bit like this to the right. Over here, you want to place your barrel, and then over here, you want to place your gold block and your button. Then, you'll want to grab out your droppers, and place a dropper facing to the back in this hole. So you can see from the front, you can only see the back of the dropper, and from the back, you'll see the dropper's face. On the dropper, you want to place another button. I'll be using my blue buttons for this. Then you are done with your decoration blocks. You can now put them away. Now you want to grab out your redstone blocks. we won't need the slime blocks for now, so I'm just going to grab out the blue wool. To start out, we want to go to the back here where we have this netherite block. This is the center block of our dial at the front. So you can see here the netherite block. And the final one here where our item frame is on with the arrow. So for me it's the netherite block, then the block below it, I'm going to place a block. Then I have a comparator facing to the back. Now here it might get a bit tricky, as you can see here with all this wiring. So you might want to follow a bit closely here, because if you get lost then yeah, it is a bit confusing. So you want to place a temporary block here, one up, one down, remove this block, then have dust. Then temporary block here, one down, remove this block, have a comparator. Yep. Then have a temporary block, one up, one down, remove this block, then have dust, then another block, then a comparator into a block, and then a temporary block here, one to the side, remove this block, and then have a comparator into a block and one up like so. Got all that so far? Next, we will be building the red coder, which is this part here. Now, I can't remember who designed this. I know it is someone on YouTube. I will leave a link down below in the description to their video on this, because the old red coder design that everyone used before 1.16 actually broke in 1.16. So this guy, again I'll leave a link in the description, actually designed a new one which does work. And yeah, it works really well. So go check out their video if you want to know how to build this red coder. But anyways, let's get on with building it. So here for this block you want to go temporary block, one to the side, remove this block like so. Then you want to count this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then have dust on each of these 8 blocks like so. And then let me quickly check. We're going to go over here, temporary block 1 to the front of the bulb like so. Then have dust on it, then temporary block here, one up, remove this block, and then have dust all along like so. Then you want to place blocks over here to stop this dust line from connecting with this dust line. Then to the back of the board you want to place target blocks here on the first dust line, so you can see all of these dust connect into the target blocks. Then you want to have repeaters facing to the back of the board on each of those target blocks. Then you want to have redstone torches on each of those target blocks. Then each of those torches go into blocks with, guess what, more torches on top of them, not on the side of them. Make sure they're on top of them. Then you want to have dust on each of these blocks. And now you are officially done with the blue circuit, and you should see that only one torch lights up. And now to test it, we click to the second item frame, which is this one here. And you see here, only the second torch is on. The first torch is off now. If the first torch is still on, then you have not built it correctly. Anyways, let me quickly swap it back to the first one. And see again, only the first torch is on. Now, onto the payment system. This is quite a bit more simple. You'll need to grab out your hoppers and your barrels again for this. Go over here and then place a barrel like like so. Then place a hopper going into that barrel like so. So you can see here it is facing into the barrel there. Then place a temporary block here and one down. Remove this block, then temporary block here, one up, one down. Remove this block, then temporary block. Then place a torch here underneath this hopper. Place a comparator coming out of this hopper into this block, and then place a redstone torch here. Let me just check. Yes, that is correct. Then you want to go ahead and grab out your redstone block blocks like so. Then place a redstone block here to the right of this comparator, so you can see it's also to the back of this barrier. You then want to grab out your droppers. Place a dropper here, where you can see the face is pointing to the right hand side of the build. Then place a temporary block here, another temporary block here, remove this block, and I have a dropper facing to the left hand side of the build. So you can see here, if I remove this dropper, then it's looking to the left hand side of the build, and then let me just quickly place this dropper back. Okay, that is this circuit complete. Now we only have 2 or 3 more circuits to go on, but these 2 circuits are pretty much the same thing. Now we want to start with the green circuit, which you'll also need your sticky pistons for, and also your comparators. I'm going to start by placing a temporary block over here, 1 down, remove this block, and then have a comparator facing out of this dropper. Then you want to have here a temporary block 1 up, remove this block, have dust, then crouch and place a sticky piston coming to the front on that dust. Then place a block like so. Then here on this gold block where we have our first button on, go a block down and place a block, then have a repeater into a block up with dust on it, and then let me just quickly check. So okay, so then you're gonna have to temporary block 1 up, remove this block, then have 2 more blocks like so, come to the back, come to the front here, then crouch and place a block to the side of this barrel, and then place a repeater on that block. Then place dust on every other block you placed in the green circuit. Now we want to swap over to the yellow circuit. Of course, if you're only building this with 1 color, then go ahead. You want to place dust like so on this block. So temporary block here, 1 to the side, remove this block, and dust. Now, oh no, sorry. This block has to be dust. This block has to be a repeater set to 4 ticks. So this repeater, you right click 3 times. And we just check, because this thing is massive, I cannot memorize this entire build. All the way to the... Okay. So I'm going to go now. Temporary block here, 1 up, remove this block, 1 to the side, then come here with your blocks all the way across like so, and just stop here when you get in line with these torches. Now grab out your slime blocks and your droppers. Place a temporary block here on top of this torch, and then 1 to the back, remove this block. Then place a long line of slime blocks like so. Then place a sticky piston, place a temporary block, then a sticky piston here facing into the slime, and then going to the front of the build. So you can see, if we were to power this piston, let me just grab a redstone block. If we were to power this piston, you can see it pushes all of these slime blocks to above these torches. Then while this piston is still extended, you're going to place droppers like so. Let me just reflect that real quick. So place droppers with a gap of 1 above these torches. So torch, then a gap of 1, and then all of these droppers. Make sure all of these droppers are pointing to the back of the build. You can see all of the faces are looking towards the back. Now, on every one of these blocks, we want to place dust. But then when we get to the end here that we've placed so far with these droppers, you want to place a repeater and just leave it at 1 tick for now, so do not click it at all. Then place 2 more blocks coming to the back, each with dust on them. And then we want to grab out our, let me just quickly move my stuff away. Now grab out your note blocks and then place a note block here above this piston. And also This note block is actually only to update the sticky piston, because we are using quasi-connectivity to diagonally power this piston, but we need something to update it, so I use this note block. Although if we don't place a block on top of it, then it can actually act as an indicator to say when your item is being delivered, so you can actually tune it to any note you want. Like so I just tune it to note 24. Okay, so now we want to do the final circuit of this board. So you want to grab out your redstone stuff and then your red wool or just any blocks. Then you want to go 2 blocks behind this repeater, so 1, 2, and then place a block going to the left with a repeater on it set to 4 ticks. So right click it 3 times. Then you want to come back to this repeater and go 1, 2, 3, 4 more blocks. And then 1, 2, like so. And then let me just quickly check. Okay, so you want to then place dust all along like so, but then place a repeater here, set it to 4 ticks, and then place a dust here on the final block. Then you want to get rid of all of these blocks and grab out your hoppers. Then you want to place hoppers coming all pointing into this panel, so go all along like so until you get in line with the slime blocks like so. Make sure all of the funnels here are pointing all the way to the front panel. Then here at this last hopper that's in line with the slime blocks, place a hopper up, then place hoppers all facing into that hopper like so, and you should see now if one of these droppers were to power, it would send an item into the hopper, go all the way across to this hopper, then go down and go all the way across into this barrel. Okay, now all of the redstone is officially done. Congratulations. But there are still a few more things that we have to complete. Number 1 is to choose what type of payment item we would like to use. I will use diamonds. You will need at least 64 of them, and then you will need 4 stacks of dirt or junk items you do not mind throwing away. I'm just going to use this dirt here. So you want to go to this hopper here, this one that is behind this dropper. So you can see here the green circuit is kind of covering it, but you can still see it here. The one with the comparator facing out of it, and also it's going into this barrel. You want to open it and then place in your stack of diamonds and then place in your 4 stacks of dirt. You should hear a dispenser sound, and then you should see that now the diamond has gone down to 63. And you should see now if we go into this barrel here, there is 1 diamond. You can take that back. It doesn't have to be in there. Now the second and final thing we have to do actually is to pick what items we want to sell. You can have up to 8 different types of items selling in your shop. So I'm going to go over to the food section. I want to sell, let's do steak, glowberries, cooked chicken, melon slices. Let's also do apples. And then that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we'll do cookies, so 6. I'll do cooked salmon, which will be 7. And then let's finish it off with some pumpkin pie for our 8th item. You want to then load your first item into your item frame. The first item is the top right corner. And make sure your arrow is pointing to it. It will help you when loading the system. So then go here to the torch that is on, if we have it pointing to the item. So the torch that is on here will indicate that this is the dropper where we put in our first item, which in this case is our steak. So you will just need to fill it up. I'd recommend at least 64 of your item, but of course you can fill it up with any amount up to 9 stacks. Then put in your second item twist the item frame, twist the arrow until it's pointing into it, then follow until you see the torch that is pointing at your dropper, and then of course just fill in your dropper with that item. In my case, I actually missed a few. There we go. And now I'm just gonna cut this part because I already showed you what to do. I'm just gonna fill up my entire vending machine full of items. Okay, so I'm back and I have just filled in all of the items for our system. So now that you have also done that, if you have yet, if you didn't, then just pause the video and of course go ahead and fill in all the items. But now that you're all done, let's give this thing a proper test. So first off, we want to pay our item. You can first select your item and then pay, or you can pay and then select your item. But just make sure you only click the order button, which is this button. Make sure you only click it once you have made your selection. So first, I'll pay. So you will hear a dispenser fail. Don't worry, that is normal. And then you should see that your diamond is gone, and also the owner of the shop can access it via this barrel. Then we want to go ahead and make our selection of what item we want to buy. So I'll choose pumpkin pie. That sounds nice. Then we can click the order button, and eventually, oh no, something. Actually, no, I am sorry about that. We still have to do one more thing. You want to go into this drop here, so you can see by the orange circuit, the comparator going into the block and in this dropper. In this dropper, you want to place any junk item. I'll just grab a dark oak sapling. So you want to throw any junk item in there, and then your system is good to go. So now we can give it a proper test. So we want to first pay, as you can see here, and then we hear the piston move. That's why we didn't hear the piston move earlier, because we forgot to place that item in. Then we make our selection. So again, I'll go for pumpkin pie and then click the order button. You'll hear the note block play, and then you'll hear the piston retract. And then you can see there isn't an item in here yet, so we'll just wait around a bit. And here it is. And now we can eat our pumpkin pie. But anyways guys, that is it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. If so, give it a like and also comment down below if you have any suggestions for what I should do next. Subscribe if you wish and hit that bell button to stay notified whenever I upload a new video. But anyways guys, that's it for me. Have a wonderful day and goodbye.